You're listening to She's the Business podcast.
And most of the time when we think about planning for a year ahead, we think about sitting down and doing some kind of boring, yes, I will say that, boring planning, what it is that we're going to do and all these actions. But today I have something very, very different for you. This is an exercise that I go through in my coaching programs that help to create a really, really great start to a year, a crystal clear vision, and also momentum. Actual progress that's happening, because this is not a boring planning exercise. This is actually a way for you to get absolutely clear on where you're going this year and how you're going to get there. So please stay tuned. It's coming right up.
Hi, I'm your host, Jessica Osborne, and in my 23 years of business and marketing, I've built many brands to become multi-billion-dollar companies. And just in the last 10 years, I've built 2 online businesses of my own from my dining room table with 2 little babies running around at my feet. I've made it my mission to inspire you to get out of your own way and become the successful business owner who's living the lifestyle you really desire without all the hustle. This is She's the Business podcast, made by women for women. This is your weekly dose of motivation and inspiration.
Welcome back to She's the Business podcast. We're into the second week of the new year, and I thought that for this very special episode, the first one solo episode that I'm recording for you in 2023, we should go on a bit of a journey together. I wanted to share with you my special journaling exercise that I like to do at the start of a new year that really helps to close off the previous year and open that or turn the page, start that fresh page for the new year with clarity, with a great vision, and with motivation. Now, if you're a bit like me, you're probably just resurfacing again after Christmas and New Year and all of the family and friends and holidaying that we're doing at that time. And so now is the time where you've put all that behind you. We've got through it. Hopefully you've had a bit of time to relax and feel refreshed and revitalized, and you're ready to start thinking about your business again. So perfect time for this. Hopefully you've got a pen and paper with you, but if you're out on your walk, have a listen anyway, and then you can always come back and listen again when you have a pen and paper with you. You might like to just start thinking about some of these questions that I ask you while you're on your walk. I often find when I'm walking, I just get so much really great vision. The whole exercise just gets my brain into almost overdrive. It thinks so much. I come back with a bucket load of inspiration, of ideas, feeling motivated. So, it's definitely a good time to have a listen while you're on your walk, and then maybe turn off the sound and see what comes up for you after you've finished listening to this episode. So where will we begin? Well, let's begin with a quick reflection on the year that's just been, because what we want to do is close it off in our minds, really finalize it. Feel like it's not only ended and the date is now 2023, of course, but that we have emotionally detached from that year. We've put it all behind us and we're bringing with us the best parts of it. So on your page, I'd love you to write a heading of, we might call it setbacks or things that maybe didn't go so well. Maybe you might call them losses, but they don't actually have to be a loss that you made in the business. It might just be something that was negative. It didn't go like you had envisioned or planned it. So I want to write those down. And why am I starting off with something so negative? Well, because they're the things that go round and round in your head on repeat that you will remember, that will just sit there in your subconscious and will pop up anytime that you have an idea. And sometimes they can stop you from moving forward. So we want to list those down. What was it? What actually happened? Let's write it down, and we're going to detach from it. Any meaning doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean that it was a bad idea. It doesn't mean that you weren't any good with it. It doesn't mean that you can't ever do that again. It means that's what happened. That's it. That's just it. It happened. Okay, what happened? Let's write it down. And now I want you to, for each of these items, look for what was it that you learned from that experience? What was the thing that you learned that now you can bring that learning forward with you into 2023? Now, when I say look for the lesson, look for what you learned, I don't want it to be like, never throw money at Facebook ads ever again. Well, that's kind of like the I quit mentality. And this is not about quitting. Everything and anything that you do in business can work and is possible. If it didn't work, then there's a reason why it didn't work. So what we're looking for is beneath the surface, the layers beneath. If there were some Facebook ads, well, why didn't they work? What was it that happened? What was a method or an approach that was used and that caused a result? And what is that lesson that we can take from it? So next time we do some ads, we might not do this again, but we can look at what we will do again, right? So what is the thing that we learned from this that we can take forward with us so that next time we do an activity, we're better prepared, we're better armed, we've got that knowledge that we've brought with us. We don't have the fear of we can never do that again because it was wasted money and it didn't work. Well, okay, so that experiment didn't work. But what scientist ever found the winning thing on the very first experiment? No one did. They created it. They had a vision. They thought, well, I think I could create a light bulb if it was Thomas Edison. Well, how many times did he try to create it before he actually found the winning one? So many different times, right? So we look at this as these were experiments that you conducted. They had a result. What was the result? And what did we learn? So that we can take those forward into the next time you do them. Now, next part of the page, I want you to record the wins that you had. Like what happened that was a success? What happened that was a win? And in the same time, I want you to think about, okay, well, what was it that made it a success? What was it that caused that success? What did you do that you could now take forward as a lesson or learning that we can hope to repeat that win, that successful behavior? Sometimes these ones are a little bit harder to find than the lessons from the setbacks or the losses, because we tend to just be so happy and grateful and in a good place when we are succeeding that we think, oh, it's just happening because, we're awesome and we've nailed it. And that can therefore be sometimes the worst teacher because we don't really see what it was. Like, what was that thing that really caused the success? So I want you to ask yourself that question. We've got a win, celebrate it. 100% congratulations. Well done on that win. See if you can look beneath the surface and figure out what it was. What was that thing that caused that success? What was the winning ingredient, that element, the way that you did it that was really successful this time? And of course, this becomes a hypothesis, right? For the next time you're going to do this activity, let's see if we can have the same result again, if we do it the same way. And if you do get the same result, fantastic. If you improve on it, even better. If you don't, then maybe we need to go back and think, well, was that the cause of the success? Or was there something else that we've overlooked? It's a really great way to look at this as you are the scientist in your business and you're conducting experiments. So we're just trying to find what are the factors that are the real cause of the results that we get. So this is the first part of your journaling experience. And this is what we're going to now put to bed once you've finished answering all those questions. That was your year in 2022. Well done. You've made some significant progress. And whether you had more setbacks and lessons from the setbacks or more wins and, some amazing lessons and insights that you've gained from those, it doesn't really matter. The thing is that you made it through the year. You've progressed. You've grown as a person. You've gained experience. And now we're starting off the year of 2023, and we can bring that experience with us, bring the insights that you've gained from that year. But what we're not going to bring is any of the baggage, the emotion, because it's all in the past. What was done. And it's been there. Now you've written it down on the page. It's out of your head. You can stop thinking about it. You can stop ruminating over it, and we can just let it go and know that we're on a fresh page. Nothing on this page has been written yet. The page of 2023. But now I'm going to ask you to write something on it. So I'd like you to write the story of your year in 2023. And you're going to do this in the present tense or even in the past tense, because I want you to imagine that you're now at the very end of 2023. You've suddenly jumped ahead in time, and it is now the end of December 2023, and you're looking back on your year. I want you to write, where are you now at the end of the year? What is it that you've achieved? How did you achieve it? How do you feel about your business now? What are the things that have been done this year? I want you to really think big. Think about what is possible. Anything is possible. What if you achieved something that feels right now totally unachievable? I think this hasn't been written yet. You're about to write the story, and you can put into it anything you want because you're the author. So let's expand the imagination. Let's think really big. Let's think about things that you would love to achieve. Why can't you? We can write it down right now on this page. So write your story of the year of 2023, and let's write those down. So you're going to bring the goals that you have, the things, this is only for you. No one else is going to read it. I'm not asking you to read it to me. So why not put down the stuff that's buried in the back of your mind, the things that you're like, oh, I'd love to do that, but I even feel awkward saying it or putting it out there to somebody else. Well, you don't have to. You can write it down now on your page, and you can share it with yourself. But the important thing is it's out of your head, and it's now down in black and white because you've written it on a page. I want you to write that scary goal. Maybe that number that feels like, oh my God, imagine if I could do that. Maybe it's that vision that you have of something that you want to start or something that you'd like to do that feels like it's going to take a lot. But let's put it down like you have done it. It's the end of the year and you have achieved these things. Wow, it's so powerful. I love this exercise because it really just helps you to get that vision out of your head and onto paper. It may not even just be business. What do you want to achieve in your personal life? What will your lifestyle look like? When you've got there, when you've got to the end of this year, what does it look like for you? What are you doing on a daily basis? What are you proud of? Is there something for yourself, for your person that you've also managed to achieve this year? Let's put all that down. Now, the very final part of our journaling exercise. And please, if you're furiously writing away, please pause this and get down all of the things that are in your vision, because I think it's really important that you keep writing. Don't rush this. Pause the recording, get it all down on paper, and then you can restart again when you're ready to move on. The final questions, and these are really important because it's going to help to uncover any hidden barriers that you currently have that are stopping you from getting to those goals. Maybe your vision this year is kind of similar to the one that you had at the start of 2022. And if it is, totally fine. But that means that there's something that you're not seeing that's been stopping you from getting to where you want to get. And so here are the questions that you can ask to try to uncover what it is. Let's see if we can turn the light on these hidden barriers of yours. The first question I have for you is, what is it going to take you to achieve your 2023 vision that you've just written down? What's it going to take? Great question, huh? What are the things that you're actually going to have to do in order to get that to happen? It's all good to have the vision and the idea, but we are going to have to do some things to bring it about. So what will it take for you? What may you need to let go of in order to help this happen? This might be literally things that you need to let go of. Maybe you've got too much on your plate, but maybe it's also some ways that you're thinking about something. What do you need to let go of in order to have this year, in order to make it come about and have it become an actual reality? What do you need to let go of? And the final question is, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to do the things that you've listed that it's going to take in order to get there? And are you willing to let go of those things that you've just listed that you need to let go of? And if the answer is no, if that first initial voice is, oh, I'm not sure if I'm willing to do it, why not? Why are you not willing? What part of you is holding yourself back? What is it actually that feels too much, too scary, too big, or too risky? What about it feels that? And this is where you're going to find the gold. So what is it that you're holding back from, that you're holding yourself back from doing the thing that you know you want, doing the actions that you know will help you get what you want? What is that? That really concludes our journaling exercise for today. So I hope that you've enjoyed this. It is a little bit of a different podcast episode to normal. These are some of the things that I do inside my group coaching programs, in my mastermind and in my higher level group programs, and also in Business Jam. I find that there's so much power in not just giving people actions to do, like here's some things to do, go off and do them, but actually helping you to understand what it is that you want and understand what it currently is stopping you from doing or getting the things that you want. Because if we can remove those, then guess what? It becomes so much easier to achieve your goals. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to hear from you if you've had some amazing insights or some breakthroughs in doing this exercise. But otherwise, it's hopefully been a really enjoyable experience for you, and I will see you next time.
Do you know something? There are so many people that are overcomplicating their marketing, which means that they're running on the marketing treadmill, pumping out so much content, but still not yielding those results, meaning there are no clients actually signing up. Like, what use is an audience if they're not an audience of buyers? What use is it creating great content to share if the people who are reading it have no desire to take that next step to actually working with you? Well, if any of those things are happening for you right now, then it's highly likely that you're simply missing a key in your marketing strategy. And those keys are really simple. There are just 5 of them. And it's about how you align them, put them together. That is the simplicity that makes everything work, just like clockwork, so that you have a consistent stream of what you would consider your dream clients, literally turning up in your inbox, ready to have a conversation, ready to sign up with you without you going out there to find them. So let's put an end to cold outreach. Let's put an end to searching for clients in Facebook groups. Let's put an end to just waiting around and relying on referrals to come through from other people. Because when you have that consistent stream of clients, then you're in the place of being able to choose. You've got an abundance of opportunity out there, and all we need to do is turn on the tap for your clients to find you. So I've created a brand new training, and it's called 5 Keys to Clients on Tap. So you can guess what it's about, can't you? Well, this 1-hour short training takes you through those 5 critical keys that you need to have in your business so that you do have clients on tap, and not just any old client, the ones that you most want to be working with, that are going to make you profitable, that are going to fulfill you, are going to make you feel like jumping out of bed every morning because you love your business so much. So you want in? All you need to do is head to jessicaosborne.com/TMF for the magnetic formula. So TMF, and get yourself into the next session that's running for this training. You honestly will not regret it. It is going to change your business, your life, if you've been experiencing any of those problems I mentioned before. Look forward to seeing you in there, and let's do this.